What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and there's a couple things I want to talk about today, starting with how you get the Imprint Stone from the Epic Quest. So in the Epic Quest, at least against Maxima, you can get an Imprint Stone by completing cost 60 or below. As you see, I've already done it. Now, the thing about these Imprint Stones is this is a mystery box. And in the mystery box, you can maybe get attack, defense, HP, penetration, or a critical damage stone. And this kind of sucks because it's random. And I think the amount of effort that you have to put into this, as far as, you know, the resources you got to put into a character to be able to do this, I really think this shouldn't be an RNG crapshoot. You should be able to choose whichever type of Imprint Stone you want, especially for the amount of work that's involved in getting this thing. Even though, you know, you're going to build your buffs in your Epic Quest, and you will eventually be able to get this with some, lower tier characters, low level characters. This is extremely hard. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So against 110, this is the team that I use. Now, this is a collaboration team, and this is kind of a nitpick I have with Netmarble. The last few collaborations we've had, they haven't put any gold border characters in there, which is a bummer. I mean, these characters are very, very strong. Characters like Hijikata, Okita, of course, Haramaru, Charlotte, Jin, right, Kazuya, all these characters are very good. But characters that have hyper armor, especially like characters like Haramaru, Genjuro, I mean, I'm not even mentioning the WWE characters, Betsy, Seth Rollins, like all these characters are really, really good for this kind of thing, especially the characters that have the hyper armor. Because Maxima, man, he can do a lot of damage to you. And I want you to look at the amount of CP that I have. I have 77,000 CP on my Haramaru. Now, I do have Honoka as a striker for a healer, and she's got about 4,000 CP. So, you add that 4,000 plus that 77,000, that's, 81, about 82,000 CP. And look at the CP that's recommended, 81,000 CP. Now, look at my buffs. My buffs are at 24, 25, 24, and then I got a level 10 buff that's increasing my damage by 10%. And this is still insanely hard to do. For an Imprint Stone that has an RNG crapshoot, and it's a 20% chance of getting what you want, but still, I mean, it's really a lot to ask of the player base. I really think you should at least be able to choose the Imprint Stone that you want for all the work that you're going to put in this. And the things that I had to do to make this work was pretty insane. Like, my Haramaru already had Imprint Stones on me. I already had 3 Imprint Stones from back in the day when I leveled them up. But I actually ended up putting another stone on him, this Moonstar Stone, and I actually unequipped or unpaired this stone from my Rugal, right? Because the thing is, for gold border characters, you really don't want to be putting Imprint Stones on them if you can avoid it at all costs. You really want to put your Imprint Stones, because they cost an insane amount of resources, only on your Fest characters, only on your purple border characters. That's it. Your cost 63 and above. You don't really want to be doing it for your gold border characters unless you're maybe using them for Immortal Dungeons. I think that would be maybe the one exception to the rule. But you really want to try to avoid it at all costs. That's what I did for a long time, especially early on whenever I was leveling up Imprint Stones, because again, they cost an insane amount of resources. Now, luckily, you can go into the Topaz shop here, and you can get an unpairing for 150 Topaz, and that's what I did. I just bought one of those things because I have some extra Topaz lying around, and then I unequipped it from Rugal. I'm going to have to do it again, unequip it from Haramaru, and then put it back on Rugal, because Rugal is one of my main damage dealers. But for what I was doing today, for doing this clear, I needed to have Haramaru have as much CP as possible. Now, whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. Now, I don't need to do this. I really could have waited for the buff, but I just wanted to show you all how insanely hard this is, because this is rough. This is rough. And again, when you're doing these costs, whatever and below, you just want to make sure the characters on the team have those requirements, and your strikers can be whatever you want. And you really want to be using healing strikers. You guys can see that I have Amakusa as a striker for Charlotte, and then we have Yuri for Jin. And, Charlotte, I mean, she's just level 40. I mean, really my main damage dealer is going to be Haramaru. Charlotte, she just has, one Imprint Stone. She's just level 40. We're running an Akane set on her. And Jin is absolutely terrible for this. I mean, the hyper armor is good for the survivability, but man, he is slow and sluggish, and you can't cancel his skills, so you got to play him pretty careful if you want to do well with him. I mean, we don't have any Imprint Stones on him, though, and we do just have a Kaya set on this guy. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. You know, all three of these characters we got in collaborations, right? And this is what's going to allow, you know, a player like myself to be able to do this. Whereas a lot of you out there, you might have just been starting out the game, maybe started out during the DOA 6 collaboration. Maybe you started, you know, back in the Seven Knights collaboration, because the Seven Knights, the Seven Deadly Sins, and the DOA 6, none of them had gold border characters, right? The Gintama collaboration was the last collaboration that we had with gold border characters. I mean, characters like Okita and Hijikata that you can actually use in here. Hijikata has, you know, almost an unlimited amount of hyper armor. You could use him in here. So if you don't have one of those characters, this is going to be extremely hard. And again, look at how my Haramaru is built. I got a Tekken set on, a set that I got a long time ago during the Tekken collaboration, just to add a lot of CP. We got a Transcendent card on. We got a 3 PG. Then, of course, we have the 4 Imprint Stones. And I also, well, I almost have max capsules. You know what? We might as well just go ahead and level this up a little bit here. I actually did my clear without those capsules, but we might as well just go ahead and level this up. He's already close enough. There we go. To make this easy, because even the way he's built, and even though my CPU requirement is actually, you know, where it needs to be as far as taking on Maxima, it's still insanely hard to do this. I mean, this is tough. This is tough. You really need to do as much damage as fast as possible to this guy. Otherwise, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And Charlotte doesn't even have any immunities. She doesn't have hyper armor. So she can die super easy. She's got a lot of damage because of her bloodshed or bleed explosion. But man, she can die super, super easy. And I mainly just rely on using Haramaru. I got a little tongue twisted there. So I'm going to try to play here and talk at the same time. But we'll see how well that works. I mean, Haramaru, man, his third skill hits so hard. Look at when he hits that third skill. And, you know, I got that healing striker on him. So that way, you know, in case he does take damage, because eventually he will, we can heal him up a little bit. So now we got to switch over to Jin. And this one, I mean, Jin is just, I mean, God. So now we got to run with these guys, and we're going to switch around, right? And this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to keep using, you know, my main damage dealer, which is Haramaru, which is how you should be doing this as well, right? You only need one character that's super strong. The other characters, as long as they're strong enough to break those little pillars, you'll be all good. All right, and so now we're going to use old girl. Get over here. Use her default. And I think I still need to take that. Oh, okay, I don't. All right, come on. You saw how much damage that Charlotte took. I mean, I might not even be able to do this. I mean, it took me a few tries earlier. Another thing is, you know, like whenever Maxima is doing his super, you want to be doing your super. And something that's nice about a character like Haramaru is his super is insanely long. So you can actually avoid taking damage whenever Maxima is doing his super just because of that. So we're going to come over here. And the thing is, you know, all that residue on the ground, that's actually going to start doing damage to us. All right. Take it out. So let's get out of here. Oh, man. My bad. Let's go. Another thing is, you know, a character like Haramaru has bleed, right? And Dot really is super powerful in this game. It makes a big difference as far as how much damage you're actually going to do. And I really would employ Netmarble to, you know, implore him to bring some gold border characters for players, man. So see, like right here, we're going to take a little damage, but that's all right. And this is what's nice about these long defaults. You know, you're stalling the timer. Oh, crap. And notice what I did there. So this isn't what I wanted to do at all. I'm kind of hoping them pillars show up. We're killing a lot of time, which isn't good. There we go, there we go. So now we got to use our defensive character to take out these pillars. And look at that, even Jin's super didn't even take that thing out. We're having all these buffs. Just crazy. Okay, I'm going over here, run over here, run over here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What the hell? Oh no, I screwed up, I screwed up. We still had one more of these. I forgot there's going to be 4 of these bastards. Hey, dude, face the damn pillar. There we go, there we go. Yeah, I screwed up there a second ago. I forgot there was going to be 4 of those pillars. It always starts off with 1 pillar for a defensive character, then 2 pillars for balance type, then 3 pillars for an attack, and then 4 pillars for defense. Oh, no, 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 no. See, like right here, you can use your 3PG and avoid taking any damage from this guy. Oh boy. We probably won't get the clear, but you guys get the drift of how I was able to do it. Let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's a long fight, man. It's a long, drawn-out battle. I'll be glad when we get those buffs up a little bit more to make this a lot easier. And you see we ran out of time, but that's because I goofed up, right? But that's what I'm talking about, right? Even with a character that has enough CP, and even though my buffs are at 24, 25, level 10, on the strategy buff on the bottom, this still is insanely hard. And I would really ask Netmarble to bring us some gold border characters in these collaborations, or just give us some new gold border characters, or buff some old gold border characters, so that it's going to be a little bit easier to be able to do this. Because, I mean, seriously, man, if your characters don't have hyper armor, right, they're going to take an insane amount of damage. Now, there are characters that are always available in the game that can do this. They can absolutely do this. But it's just going to require careful gameplay. It's going to require having some built-up healing strikers. And it's going to require you to have some insane buffs. I don't know how high these buffs go, but they're going to have to be pretty damn high for a lot of these characters to be able to get it done without putting imprint stones on them, which is something that I would highly advise everybody avoiding to do. I mean, you don't want to be putting imprint stones on characters that you don't play with on a regular basis, because once you level up them gold imprint stones, you can't unpair them from your characters. And those of us that have been playing this game for a long time, us, you know, the veterans that's been playing since the Sam Show collab, WWE collab, you know, ever since the beginning, Tekken collaboration, and so on and so on and so on, we're going to be pretty lucky, right? And it's good because it rewards those players, right? But at the same time, I really wish that Netmarble would get back into the trend of bringing back gold border characters in these collaboration events, or just give us some, you know, or buff like some of our old gold border characters. I think that would be awesome if they would buff up some of our old gold border characters a little bit. I think that would be a really step in the right direction to really help some players be able to get those imprint stones to do the cost 60 or below, because it is extremely tough against Maxima, as y'all just saw. So let me know how y'all feeling about the collaboration characters in the cost 60 or below. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.